do you mind just explaining what went through your head and how you ultimately arrived at deciding to forego this year?
Okay, so what my story is, I was coming off a big 2019 season. Coming from a JUCO, I stepped into a role where it required a lot from me, and I did my job, and I think the man above that I was able to be in a position to do that. Going into the new season after the bowl game, I was home with my wife and my girl, I mean my daughter, and I was just preparing myself for COVID because we started hearing stuff like we started hearing rumors about COVID and stuff. And everybody like probably the whole nation was like, "Oh, it's a joke, whatever. It's not a real thing." Then it got more serious. So as I was preparing, like I was already knew that I had to stay in shape. So I was preparing myself to come back to school. So I ended up coming back to school because I'm a starter. So I was coming in the first group to train and get ready, read the playbook, was and preparing ourselves for COVID. And me coming back to school, I ended up getting COVID. I ended up getting around my daughter and around my girl. So it's two people that I put in danger coming back to school, trying to play football, trying to fulfill my dreams. And mind you, my daughter's a premature child born 2 months early. So that really put me in a bad position as a father where when I was thinking like, and I possibly could have got my daughter sick because I wanted to put myself first and play football, not knowing if COVID was a real thing or like the full details about it. We was requested to leave the campus when we found out. When I found out I had COVID, I had took two COVID tests, and they had called me and said I was positive. So, in that time, it was very hard for me and my daughter and my girl because we had to leave campus, and it was two options: either go to her house, where she had with her sisters and mom, or go home where I was to my people. And we decided to go to my house, and we ended up well, I ended up getting my own family sick. So COVID really put me in a bad position because I was seeing it from all angles. Like I'm getting people sick, and all I want to do is play football. And it's my fault because I didn't. I was just thinking like all types of stuff in my head. Like, damn, I just put my family in a bad position. I could possibly get my daughter sick, and she's a premature child. I don't know how if her body's full developed. So it was a lot on my mind. It was lot weighing on me. A lot of down nights where I was like, man, like maybe I should sit out this year and just make sure my daughters and stuff good. What happened was my 14-day quarantine was up. I ended up doing like 21 days of quarantine, so I was away from the school trying to eat on my own, barely had any money or anything, and just trying to make it with COVID. So it was very hard on me. It was very hard. So we ended up coming back to school, and I end up trying to like work out with the team and make sure I do the right COVID protocols, and something just didn't sit right with me. At the time, I didn't know what was COVID going on, and I was just still like in shock and pain, like how I put my family in danger, and I had got not sick again, but I had started feeling a little like doing the workouts and stuff. I had started feeling like down, like not down, but like a little sick again. So that was my second like time, like thinking like, nah, this I'm not gonna put my daughter in another position where I can harm her or her life can be a danger. So that's when I had ultimately made a decision where I was going to sit out the 2020 season and just make sure I'd be a full time father and make sure I graduate, make sure I be on my workouts, and make sure I can eat properly, even though I'm not on campus and stuff. So that was my biggest thing. It just make sure my daughter and my family was safe because I didn't know what was COVID or how things was going. So I'm a family man. I I I cherish being a dad is one of the most important things that ever happened to me. So that was my ultimate decision to protect my family and not put myself first, even though this is what I want to do and I've been doing it my whole life. So that's where that decision came at. And I stood on it. I'm sticking by it. And I just pray that don't affect me, my draft status or whatever, because I'm a baller and I just want to show the world what I can do.